Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video giving you some of my thoughts on the upcoming War of the Spark storyline and just some other random thoughts. I wanted to get in the habit of making a video at least once a week, so why not just ramble about something? Minor update on the Tron Harmonicon deck. The day after I did the video, I went and played at another event. I did not go 4-0, rather, I went 2-2. A little disappointing, but the matchups I lost to was classic Restore Balance, which apparently they do a better job at destroying lands than my deck does. It was a really good match 1 and match 2. Then, excitingly enough, we got invited for our final match to go on camera, go on the local live stream. And, of course, you know, when we're in front of a camera, the deck does jack squat. It was so bad. My deck ended up doing nothing, and he resolved to restore balance with the Nahiri out, and at that point, it's just like, I'm done. The footage was so bad that they didn't even put it up because this is our first time on camera. We didn't know to fan out our hands so that way the camera could see it. We didn't use a giant D20 spin downs to show our life totals. We were just it was a poor experience, but whatever for next time. Oh, and then I lost to Merfolk, which I used to play Merfolk, so I get it. You know, turn 2 spreading seas on a Tron land and just like GG. So, yeah, whatever. Live and learn. Anyway, the main point of today's video is I want to talk to you all about War of the Spark. Now, if you've been living under a rock, you may not know, but the story, this is the final piece of the storyline for the Gatewatch saga, the Justice League, as even one derisively calls it, or the Magic the Gathering's Avengers. So far from what we understand of the story is that Nicol Bolas has been replacing guild leaders with planeswalkers that are under his employ or control. For example, Vraska took over the Golgari, as she is to do. Niv Mizzet's gone to hiding, and in his place, Ral Zarek has decided to make himself in charge. After Vraska killed can't talk. I hate doing this off the cuff. Vraska killed Asperia. Dovin Bond took her place through a series of loopholes and litigation. In addition to that, Kaya, the ghost assassin, was hired by Tessa Orzhov in order to assassinate the Ghost Cancel, so that way she could take place. And Kaya's kind of sort of acting as a de facto guild leader, but from what I understand, it's mainly Tessa. I could be wrong. Feel free to blast me in the comments. Anyway, so we've seen the previews for the set. We see all these exciting new walkers coming in. We see a lot of familiar faces. But I just had a few theories that were kicking around in my head, and I wanted to give them out to you. So that way you could give me your thoughts and, you know, probably tell me I'm wrong. So, first of all, this is a theory that I had actually before I knew that they were culminating everything on Ravnica. It's a theory I've had since M19. And again, you can disagree with this, but I think a lot of it points towards this. And that is that I believe Tessera is going to be the big bad for the new Phyrexia storyline, which is very obviously going to be coming soon. Why is this very obvious? Well, if you look at the fact that Karn spent a good chunk of the Dominaria, apparently spent a chunk of his time recently on Dominaria trying to dig up the Golgothian Silex, so that way he can detonate it and cleanse new Phyrexia of the curse that he accidentally wrought upon it. It seems like the obvious logical conclusion after War of the Spark, that Karn would go there and fulfill what he believes to be his destiny, following in his father Urza's footsteps by blowing up an entire fucking plane. Now, why would Tezzeret be the next big bad for New Phyrexia? Well, he has experience with the Phyrexians before, and he is the machine guy, but you're like, there's tons of other people who could be the big bad of that. They could have Shouldred, who seems to be the big one in control, or, currently it's Elish Norn, who's the big praetor on Phyrexia, lead the way. But I have a feeling that if you look at some of the flavor text on Tezzeret's cards, like one with the machine from Core 2019, you'll notice that his flavor text, the way he speaks, sounds very similar to that of Yawgmoth, where he feels himself becoming, like, he's seeing all this beauty in the art of artifice in a way that's not really natural, where he's talking about this, how to make people better through becoming more entwined with machines and feeling this connection to it. In addition to that, it was never ever said whether or not Tezzeret himself had become infected with the with it. I mean, it's heavily implied that he was not, because anyone who becomes completed is unable to planeswalk. They lose their spark because they become more of an inorganic being. At least according to the what I read in the Thran and the Brothers' War. Now, the other thing about Tessera that I think is interesting is that a big goal of the Phyrexians in the original storyline was to get a planar portal, which is not unlike the planar bridge. The planar bridge is now grafted to Tezzeret. It's part of Tezzeret. It's part of who he is. So it would make sense story-wise for him he's essentially become what the Phyrexians want, a portal to another world. So why wouldn't he be able to barter with them to be the leader, or for himself to become completed? He has no need to planeswalk anymore. For all we know, he could not be planeswalking anymore. He's been using the bridge. So it may have been that he had been infected, and the completion was an internal process that was waiting to be completed until he obtained the bridge. Now, if the infection knew that was going to be a thing or not, I don't know. It could be any part of the storyline. But my idea is that Tezzeret is going to be the new Yawgmoth, or possibly they're going to do something with the oil having an imprint of a Yawgmoth, essentially asserts control and is Tezzeret. Tezzeret and Yawgmoth are now the same person, and that it seems like Wizards is on a big nostalgia kick, so it would make a lot of sense to just bring him back, but have it intertwined with the current storyline. It just feels right. It feels so right to be able to say, yes, Yawgmoth has returned, and here's Karn versus trying to blow up Phyrexia to stop Yawgmoth from spreading once more. Let's see what else. What other exciting things are in the new stuff? Well, we do have Modern Horizons coming out. I think that given that we've seen Sarah, we're going to see a lot of other old school characters as walkers. Tying in with the Yawgmoth stuff, I feel like we're going to see a legendary Yawgmoth card. Now, you're like, but Yawgmoth doesn't have a body or being or anything. He's literally one with Phyrexia, and Phyrexia is one with him. So we finally got art of him, and it's Yawgmoth's Final Offering. He's literally just this wall, the Phyrexian arena itself, staring down at him. Yawgmoth is just an ethereal god, man-made god. And that's right. But if you've read any of the lore, Yawgmoth was originally not quite a man. He was a member of the Thran, which is essentially human. And before that, he was just a really crafty, charismatic healer. So, I mean, they could make a white-black legendary Yawgmoth creature before he ascended to godhood. So, I mean, that would be exciting. That's something I'd like to see. I don't play EDHs often, but that'd be kind of cool lore-wise to just have a Yawgmoth, not unlike Mishra, Artificer, Prodigy. So, that's just a few of my thoughts. I'm really excited for the new set. Since I've recently taken up to playing weird Tron variants, I'd love to see Ugin or Karn still be colorless and fall somewhere between the 4 to 7 mark on the mana curve, because I have a feeling that I could actually reasonably run colorless Super Friends in Modern. I mean, it's still be a green Tron deck because you want to dig with Ancient Stirrings, but man, doesn't that sound like fun? If they're at least on par with Baby Karn, Sign of Urza, I have a feeling that, I mean, I'd at least do it for the novelty. Anyway, guys, this is just a quick update, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Oh, and of course, like, subscribe, share, comment. Tell me my hair looks stupid. Why am I wearing purple? Why does the background keep changing? Why do I ramble? Am I impotent? I mean, whatever you guys feel like, honestly. Just get the world out there that I am here. Oh, God, that sounds so sad and desperate. Anyway, have a good one.